Alors, ESPN a lancé son premier mock draft 2024. Alors, premier Zachary Rizaché. Hey.
Someone's drinking me, wonder if you missing me. These days I can't fucking sleep, it's bad, I'm out here living dreams. If I send this text of mine, shawty, is you down to start? Don't say not tonight, cause you be busy, tell another lie. I done seen this thousands of times. I retype like thousands of lines. We done did this thousands of times. So
YouTube, man, on se retrouve pour une nouvelle vidéo, c'est Misterpvris, j'espère que vous allez bien. Moi, ça va super, on est reparti pour une nouvelle journée. Je vais dire quoi, allez vous abonner à ma chaîne YouTube Misterpvris, à mon Insta, allez liker ma dernière photo. Et voilà, on va enchaîner aujourd'hui. On a Lebron, plan for Bronny is falling apart. Crazy. Pour ceux qui ne comprennent pas l'anglais, je vais mettre les sous-titres. Je sais pas comment on fait. Ouais, généré automatiquement. Donc voilà. J'essaierai de vous traduire au fur et à mesure de la vidéo. Si vous comprenez pas trop bien. Où sont mes lunettes? Bon, alors, ESPN a lancé son premier mock draft 2024. Alors, premier Zachary Rizaché. Hey, le français, il est premier. Non, ils abusent quand même. Moi, je suis premier. Je l'ai vu, moi, j'ai vu le championnat U19, il a struggle de ouf. Un an plus tard, il est premier. Ouah, enfin, même pas un an plus tard, quelques mois plus tard. C'est une dinguerie quand même. Hein. Numéro 2, Alexandre Sarr. C'est-à-dire les deux premiers, c'est des Français. Tough. Le 3, c'est qui? Rob Dillingham, c'est normal. Il est archi fort, Rob. Oh là là, pour ceux qui ne savent pas. Matas Tubeli, je sais pas ce qu'il fait. En G-League, je suis pas trop. Cody Williams aussi, il est chaud. Nicolas Topic, c'est un Serbe.
Time, Bronny was nowhere to be found. Oh wait, he actually was in the next year's draft as a second-round pick. And this ain't just some guy in his basement making these mock drafts. ESPN has Jonathan Cavoni, a super plugged-in guy to NBA scouts and GMs. If he's saying Bronny's not NBA ready, the entire NBA is saying it. Except for one guy. Lebron immediately...
Donc là, il vient de dire que en gros, c'est Jonathan Givoni, c'est le gars de ESPN, et qu'il a dit que si lui il dit ça, c'est que tous les GM de NBA disent que Bronny c'est un second tour de la draft 2025. Donc il est pas du tout prêt. Donc tout le monde dit que Bronny c'est
tweeted, can y'all please just let the kid be a kid and enjoy college basketball? The work and results will ultimately do the talking no matter what he decides to do. If y'all don't know, he doesn't care about what a mock draft says. He just works. Earn, not given. These mock drafts doesn't matter one bit. There is a lot wrong with that tweet, including how ironic is it that LeBron is telling us to let the kid be a kid? But before we get to that, how good is Bronny really? So he's a 19-year-old freshman at USC. Bronny suffered cardiac arrest on July 24th, which delayed his college start. So after months of not playing, he finally debuted December 10th against Long Beach State, where your boy went. He came off the bench then for 8 games until starter Isaiah Collier got injured. So in his first start, Bronny had 1 assist, 2 boards, and 0 points. Not ideal. He's started every game since, and he's improved statistically. But USC has won 0 games with Bronny as a starter. Their worst season in almost 10 years. By far, the most exciting part of their games is when LeBron shows up. This is why we are just now hearing Bronny should wait at least another year. We didn't know that for sure before the season, but now after 19 games, the NBA has spoken. He is not ready. So why is there a huge spotlight on a second-round pick? Because LeBron created it. Yeah, Bronny would have some spotlight anyway, but not like this. I mean, we hear about other NBA players' kids in college, like Zaire Wade or Sharif O'Neal. But LeBron took it to the next level. The first time he mentioned playing with Bronny is when he was in 7th grade. In an interview with GQ, LeBron said, I damn sure would love to stick around if my oldest son can have an opportunity to play against me. That'd be the icing on the cake right there. Which is actually a nice statement. Caught some attention. But nothing like what he said the next year. You want to ask me what is my greatest achievement of my life? If I'm on the same court as my son in the NBA, that would be #1 in my lifetime as an NBA.
Il a dit, pour ceux qui ne comprennent pas, il a dit en gros, qu'est-ce quel serait le plus gros accomplissement de sa carrière, enfin de sa vie, s'il était ce serait qu'il soit sur le terrain en même temps que son fils en NBA. Ce sera le plus gros achievement de sa vie en tant que joueur NBA.
Okay, so the guy who wants to be compared to Michael Jordan is saying his greatest achievement is playing with Bronny? Now people were really paying attention. But he also just said playing on the same court, which could mean anything. He really took it up a notch at the 2022 All-Star Weekend. My last year will be played with my son. Wherever Bronny is at, that's where I will be. I would do whatever it takes to play with my son for 1 year. It's not even about the money at that point.
Donc il a dit que sa dernière année, peu importe ce qui se passe, ce serait jouer avec son fils Bronny. Peu importe où il se trouve, il fera tout ce qui est en pouvoir pour aller jouer avec lui.
Okay, talk about a huge spotlight on your kid. When an entire network, ESPN, revolves around LeBron, you don't think that's gonna cause some pressure? So let's go back to the LeBron tweet after an ESPN mock draft had him going next year. Can y'all please just let the kid be a kid and enjoy college basketball? The work and results will ultimately do the talking no matter what he decides to do. Let the kid be a kid. Are you kidding, LeBron? And no matter what he decides to do, when has that ever been a concern? Can you believe this entire time with LeBron talking about Bronny's future since he was in 7th grade, Bronny has done 0 interviews about what he wants. But before we get all emotional about the pressure of being Bronny James, there is some good about this. According to the NIL rankings for 2024, Bronny is the #1 richest college athlete in America. Not talk about daddy's money, this is his money. More endorsement cash than anyone because of his last name and that spotlight. In fact, kind of interesting, 3 of the top 4 kids are connected to famous families. At number 2, the son of Deion Sanders, Arch Manning, the nephew of Peyton and Eli. But the difference with Bronny is that everyone's also focused on why he's not good enough to be in the pros. Like, none of these other kids are even mentioned as professionals yet because they're not there. But with Bronny, it's the focus and it's negative, which sucks. And of course it's
negative. En gros, il a dit les 3 autres là qui touchent beaucoup d'argent grâce au NIL là. On ne parle pas d'eux en tant que pro encore. Tu vois, on est focus sur leur carrière d'étudiant. Mais là, Bronny, on parle déjà de l'UNBA. Déjà, juste parce qu'il y avait un tweet, je ne sais pas si vous vous rappelez, il a dit... Lebron, il a dit, ouais, mon fils, il est meilleur que des gars que je regarde sur le League Pass. Ça, c'est une dinguerie.
When his dad tweets things like, man, Bronny definitely better than some of these cats I've been watching on League Pass today. It's lightweight hilarious. Better than current NBA players. He also said in front of Lakers media that Bronny could play for us right now easy. So these NBA scouts are clapping back, telling the mock draft guys, slow your roll. Bronny is not that good. You could make the case that LeBron is kind of like the next LeVar Ball. LeVar not only trained his kids to be in the NBA, he talked about them like they were the next faces of the league. It created an unfair spotlight for Lonzo, which made things a lot tougher than they needed to be to start his career. LaMelo is living up to the hype, but Bronny right now might be closer to LiAngelo. So LeBron deleted his tweets about letting a kid be a kid because someone probably told him, dude, read the room. But Bron was right about one thing. These mock drafts don't matter one bit if you're Bronny. Even though he's not good enough to be in the NBA right now, dude could still go in the first round. The Athletic reported, not only are rival execs increasingly convinced that LeBron might want out of the Lakers situation, they're also focused on the Bronny James factor, which continues to loom large. The only teams that would make sense to...
En fait, si une équipe prend Bronny, elle sait qu'elle peut avoir LeBron. C'est ça le truc en fait. Même si les mock drafts disent qu'il peut pas aller au premier tour, si ça, qu'il est pas prêt et tout, mais le fait que son père, il a aussi gros impact sur la NBA, sachant que LeBron il va être free agent, je crois pas cette année mais l'année d'après, ou cette année, je sais
use a first round pick on Bronny are title contenders to get LeBron. So Bronny could be on the radar for like the Knicks, the T-Wolves, the Pelicans, the Heat, the Sixers, the Warriors, the Cavaliers, and others. If teams think LeBron would join them on a discount, it doesn't matter what a mock draft says. It turns out LeBron doesn't have to make his decision to stay with the Lakers until 3 days after the NBA draft. So he can...
Donc LeBron, donc voilà, LeBron.
to stay
Donc là, la NBA draft, c'est le 27 juin. Et LeBron, il peut prendre sa décision de rester avec les Lakers ou pas, le 30. Donc ça veut dire que si Bronny se fait drafter par exemple par OKC, il peut dire, ah bah non, je reste pas aux Lakers. Mais je pense que les Lakers vont tout faire pour drafter Bronny déjà.
with the Lakers until 3 days after the NBA draft, so he can wait to see where Bronny goes, then decide on his own future. But the Lakers, per a high-ranking team source, are also willing to explore the notion of adding Bronny James next season. The dream scenario, LeBron and Bronny in LA. Plus, the Lakers could make a major move this offseason to improve the team. They chose not to trade for DeJounte Murray at the deadline, which opens up 3 first-round picks to trade with Austin Reeves' valuable contract. Rumors say Trae Young may have already played his last game in Atlanta after having surgery. Several reports say the Hawks might be willing to move on from Trae, and he is represented by LeBron's agency, Clutch Sports. If Bronny was on that team, his role would be as a 3-and-D guard. He's 6'4", 210 pounds. He's got a high IQ, but will never be the next LeBron James.
No,
He'll be a role player in the NBA. When LeBron says he could help the Lakers right now, he thinks of his son as a defender who can hit open shots. But even that is a stretch at this point. So look, the spotlight created by LeBron is unfair, but at the same time, the kid could still get drafted in the first round. Honestly, I don't think this story is even done until years from now, where we actually see how it affects Bronny's career in the NBA. Maybe being on an NBA team helps him develop, like Chet Holmgren having that year out. But one team that is rolling right now is the Dallas Mavericks. After the trade deadline, they have the 4th best defense in the NBA and a top 10 offense, which is a formula to winning an NBA championship.
Ouais, donc dites-moi ce que vous pensez. Moi, je pense que Bronny va se faire drafter, c'est sûr. Après, je sais pas à quelle place. Est-ce qu'il sera dans la loterie top 15 ou est-ce qu'il sera fin de premier tour, je sais pas. Mais en tout cas, likez, commentez, abonnez-vous. On est en route pour les 10 000 abonnés, les skills et même. I'm out.